What is up YouTube, MrMelch here, bringing you another brand new video. Black Ops Cold War multiplayer reveal is officially here, and yes, there is a lot of information to go over, so let's jump straight into it. Now in the background of today's video, you're going to see some cut up gameplay that was shown in the background of the official Call of Duty live stream. Now this is about 40 minutes of live stream that was cut up to put in the background here, so there will be some gameplay that I put up later this week that goes over some further detail regarding multiplayer, but let's jump into the main details that today's multiplayer reveal covered. First off, this game is cross-platform and cross-generational, meaning that all PC, PlayStation, and Xbox users can play together just as they could in Modern Warfare. And cross-generational, meaning that those who have a PS4 can play with those who have a PS5, and same goes for Xbox users. Now this comes to no surprise given the cross-platform ability that you had on Modern Warfare, so glad to see that this is making a return to the next Call of Duty game. Now let's talk about game modes. We have our similar and familiar game modes making a return, such as Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. But we do have a couple new modes that we are going to be experiencing with Black Ops Cold War. The first being called Combined Arms. Now this is what is referenced to be Black Ops' version of Ground War in Modern Warfare 2019, except there are a couple differences. Now this mode only has 24 players, but they do have specific maps made specifically for the game mode, and there are vehicles that are in play on these maps. Now from what we've seen so far, these vehicles can range from boats to jet skis to tanks. We have not seen any helicopters yet, so we're not sure about that, but there could be much more to come once the full game releases. Now it is similar to the ground war domination that we saw in Modern Warfare's Ground War, but as what we can see so far from the gameplay released, the zones for the domination capture points are much larger, as well as some differences in the spawning on the game mode. Now another mode that we've seen so far is called VIP Escort. Now this is a one life 6v6 game mode where one player is selected on the escort team as a VIP, and your teammates are attempting to escort you to one of two extraction points that are possible on the map. Now these are game modes where you can down a player and revive players and be in last stand, but again, as I mentioned, it is one life and you win by either killing all the players on the other team or getting your player to one of two extraction points. Now as far as gameplay goes, it's safe to say and safe to compare that this is not Modern Warfare. It is run on a completely different engine, the gameplay is different, it feels different. There have been a lot of comparisons to the feeling of an old Call of Duty game. And the game is much simpler, there's no doors, there's no tactical sprint, and it's simplified down to what we know and love to be Call of Duty. Now the Treyarch mastered 3-lane design multiplayer map is back, and it is alive more than ever. So far we know of 3 6v6 multiplayer maps that are in the game currently. Now let's start with the first map, Miami. This is a small 3-laned multiplayer map that takes place in Miami, Florida. It is a nighttime map, but it is plenty bright for you to see enemies. There's a beach, there's a lot of buildings, it's based around a hotel. It looks like a very fun map to play. The second map is Satellite. Now this is a map that we saw in the teaser portion of the original Black Ops Cold War reveal trailer. It is a desert-based map that is very wide open. It's a Sniper Heavens map, and it also has been compared to the map Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2 as far as the comparison feeling of how it plays. It's got a centralized crash satellite where a lot of the action takes place, but is wide open everywhere around it. And now the last map is Moscow. Now as said and named the map, this takes place in Moscow, Russia. It is a city-based map, as you can see, with a lot of buildings, streets, and again, the simplified 3-lane map. Now the last two multiplayer maps that we know of for sure are Armada and Crossroads. These are two multiplayer maps that are made specifically for the Combined Arms game mode. They are 24-player maps and are much larger than your normal 6v6 maps, so will be played specifically on the Combined Arms game mode. Now let's talk about create a class. You will have a selection of a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. Now the secondary weapon does have the option to be a shotgun if you choose so. With that, now you have a guaranteed lethal, tactical, and field upgrade, which is very similar to the Modern Warfare field upgrade. With that, wildcards are making a return again to Black Ops. Also, Gunsmith is back. Very similar to the selection of your weapons in Modern Warfare, you have a 5 attachment limit, But there is a wildcard that you do have the option to select, which allows for up to 8 attachments on your primary weapon. Think about that, 8 attachments. As it was in Modern Warfare, I'm sure you can think that people will be creating metas left and right with some of the attachments and combinations of weapons that are used in this game. Now let's hit through the perks. Perk 1 slot, Engineer, detect enemy equipment and score streaks through walls. Tactical Mask, maximize resistance to flashing and stun grenades, immune to gas. Flak Jacket, take less damage from enemy explosives and Molotov cocktails. In the perk 2 slot, Scavenger, replenish ammo from fallen players. Quartermaster, recharge equipment over 25 seconds. Tracker, see imprint of enemy footsteps, aim at enemies to reveal them on your team's minimap. Now perk 3, Cold-Blooded, AI controlled score streaks will not target you. Player controlled score streaks will not highlight you. Show up cold on thermal, players and vehicles won't see your nameplates. Ghost, undetectable by enemy spy planes whenever you're moving, planting or defusing bombs or controlling score streaks. And making its return, Ninja, sprint more quietly and resistant to field mic. Now a couple of points to piggyback off of on that. Your standard minimap is returning to Black Ops Cold War, so if you shoot with an unsuppressed weapon on the map, you will show up as a red dot for everyone else to see. Now score streaks are also making a return to Black Ops Cold War. Now what this means for those who don't know, you do not just gain kill streaks through killing enemies, you can also gain kill streaks through doing objectives, such as capturing a flag or defending a flag. There is one twist though that is a little bit different than previous Call of Duties. Now when you die, your score streak does not reset. Yes, you heard that correctly, when you die, your score streak does not reset. Now the one caveat to this is there is a cooldown time for specific kill streaks and rewards that you redeem. So for an example, if you use a UAV, there is a 30-second cooldown time before you're able to use another UAV. Now the same goes for a chopper gunner, for example, except a chopper gunner cooldown time will be much larger than would for say a UAV or a care package. Now score streaks are still not simple or easy to get by any means. You still need a large amount of points or score to get these kill streaks unlocked. Now one other item to add as well, theater mode will be making a return to Black Ops Cold War. We are not sure on the specifics, it was only seen in the menu for those people who streamed and content creators who did see it on the menu. We do not know details if it will be full match playback or what that all entails. Lastly, I'll just cover over what weapons have been confirmed so far in Black Ops Cold War. First with assault rifles, the XM4, the Krig 6, and AK-47. For SMGs, we have the MP5, Type 821, and the AK-74U. For tactical rifles, we have the M16 and the Type 63. For light machine guns, we have the RPD and Stoner 63. Sniper rifles include the LW3 Tundra and the Pellington 703. Now, as I'm sure you are all aware, there's a lot more information to dive into in regards to what we learned from Black Ops Cold War multiplayer reveal that was live streamed today. As we proceed this week and the coming weeks, I'll be going over a lot further detail in regards to each of these topics and what we know about everything. So with that being said, thank you for watching today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think so far about Black Ops Cold War. Did you watch the gameplay reveal today? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below and I'll reply to a lot of the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.